Hello everybody, Darcy Marler here. In this week's video, we're going to talk about competition and how to separate yourself from the pack in real estate investing. Everybody's looking for the same thing. Everybody who ever read a book or took a course or watched a real estate podcast, they're all looking for the same property, whether it's rentals, single family home, multifamily, Airbnb, the BRRRR strategies, wholesaling, flips, whatever. We're all looking for the same stuff. So are there strategies that we can use still in real estate investing that separated us from the pack? So as this channel is all about real estate development, are there ways within real estate development so we can get out of that sandbox and play in a sandbox where there's a lot less people? So I think we can. So at the end of this, if you want some more information, I've just got a new webinar out there, a new information session that talks about real estate development. There's a QR code at the end for more information if this interests you and you think this might be your future. So we're going to give 4 scenarios, real life scenarios. I'm going to talk about them and so you can see in your own life how you might benefit from getting into this. So the first thing, we're kind of taught over the last 40 years of real estate education that 2 things: the value is in the building, not the land, and that we're taught how to fix stuff up. So you've got to have a building to kind of fix up, whether it's rentals or flips or Airbnb, any of this stuff. You need something there already. So scenario 1, what if you come across a vacant lot in the middle of town? So there's buildings on both sides. Right now, most of you as landlords and fix and flippers are going to drive right past that. Airbnb doesn't help me because there's no building there, right? So, but what if you knew how to deal with a vacant lot? What if you knew how to deal with raw land? So, for example, there's some things you can do. You can change the zoning or density usage. You can just get what we call entitlement, and you can sell that to a builder potentially, right? What if you actually designed a fourplex to go on that lot or a duplex and actually had a building permit approved for it? You could sell a shovel-ready package to a builder. What if you wanted to do land preparation and create service lots? So, for example, you could cut that 50-foot vacant lot in 2, make sure both sides have services, and then you could sell 2 service lots, either to 2 young families that wanted to build their own houses or a potential builder as well. Maybe you can go all the way and actually build that fourplex yourself. When you've done that, lots of exit strategies. You can keep it, you can refinance it, and keep it in your own portfolio. So if you're having trouble finding multifamily to buy, potentially build your own. There's also the option of selling the entire new fourplex as an investment to somebody else. There's all this competition. There's other investors out there looking for multifamily. You can supply that. Or you can potentially condominiumize it, create 4 new individual units and sell 4 units individually. Maybe you get the best of both worlds. Maybe you do one and you keep it for your own portfolio. You do the second one, you sell it. Keep one, sell one, keep one, sell one. That's a great strategy. You get the best of both worlds there too. So that's scenario 1, vacant land. Now we know what to do with some vacant land. Scenario 2, we've got an old house, like a 1910, just a horrendous thing. It's a tear down. Now again, most of you, almost all of you, as landlords and fix and flippers, Airbnb, you're going to drive by that one too. I don't know what to do with that, right? Well, an old house like that, if you tear it down, get a vacant lot. And we just learned what to do with a vacant lot. So now you've got more power. See, having these more tools in your toolbox gives you power, gives you flexibility, and separates you from the competition. Scenario 3, what if we do find a house that fits our criteria as a landlord, as a fix and flipper, but the lot next door is vacant or has one of these 1910 teardowns on it? Before, again, we just ignore that. That has nothing to do with us. But now, what if you buy that one too? Now we've got 2 lots together, potentially, 50 feet. Now we've got 100 feet of frontage. What can we do with that? That's actually how I started in this world. I'd had like 3 or 4 flips, and a couple of those turned into rentals. And I had one old house that I was going to renovate as a flip, and the guy next to me passed away. So I bought that off the estate, moved both houses off, severed those 2 lots into 4. Made sure all 4 lots were serviced, and then I built 4 new homes. I loved it. Got to deal with new. You get to be creative. You get to design. You get to see your buildings literally take shape. It was awesome. Another story out of that. A couple of students in my course. They had an old house on a 45-foot lot. They tied up the other 45-foot lot next to them. So now they got 90 feet. They tore down the 2 old houses, severed those or subdivided those 90 feet into 3 30-footers, and then they sold that to a builder. Made $135,000 profit in 2.5 months. So this is kind of what's possible. So again, if you can't find something to buy, build your own. Or in this case, if you're a wholesaler, for example, aren't you tired of kind of just getting finder's fee kind of money? What if you knew how to add a little bit of value and added a 0 to the end of your take? Wouldn't that be awesome? And finally, scenario 4, what if you find a house that fits your criteria as a landlord or a fix and flipper, or a landlord or a fix and flipper, but there's excess land. Still on the same title, still on the same deed. Maybe there's enough room like for an extra city lot, or maybe a quarter acre, an extra half acre. What do you do with that? Well, right now you don't know what to do with that, most of you, right? Well, what if you knew what to do with that? What if we maybe severed that off, sold that, took the profit and bought something else? Or maybe we take the profit, plow that back into the existing building. Now it can, if it's a rental and maybe kind of barely cash flowing, now it'll cash flow really well. So again, options, all these things that you can do in this world of real estate development that separates you from the pack. You're going after properties that your typical Airbnb landlord, fix and flipper person ignores. Well, what if you knew what to do with that? That would be very powerful and open up all kinds of new doors for you. I started a course to teach exactly this. It's the Residential Real Estate Development as a Profitable Investment online course. In front of you now is some contact information to get a hold of me if you want more information. The first QR code on the left is the actual landing page for the course, gives you the curriculum, some testimonials, tells you about the course. The actual the QR code on the right is more an informational session about real estate development in general. What is it? Why I think it's going to be the next big thing over the next 5 or 10 years. I think this is going to be big. What are some of the fears? How do we counteract those? And just more in general, why I think development could be the future for you.